Dark rain falls over the rooftops of Hong Kong. A man gets into a black SUV, no one speaks, no one needs to. In his briefcase, a synthetic substance measured in grams, but worth millions in lives. Meanwhile, halfway around the world, deep in the hills of Sinaloa, Mexico, a different operation unfolds. Armored trucks, assault rifles, cocaine bricks wrapped in tape. One empire is built on tradition and secrecy, the other, on violence and domination. Today, they collide. This is the true story of the 14K Triad versus the Sinaloa Cartel, the two most feared criminal syndicates on Earth, but only one will control the future of the underworld. Let's start with where they come from. The 14K Triad was born in 1945, at the end of the Chinese Civil War. A nationalist general named Kot Seo Wang fled to Hong Kong and founded a new brotherhood. Its original purpose? To fight communism. But within years it had evolved into something darker. A shadow empire. They ran gambling dens, extorted local businesses, and moved heroin through Southeast Asia. By the 1980s, they were global. The Sinaloa Cartel? It began in the 1980s too, in the dusty mountains of Sinaloa, Mexico. A man named Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, a former cop, unified the local drug traffickers. Later, one of his lieutenants would rise to take over, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Under El Chapo, Sinaloa became an empire. Thousands of soldiers, billions in revenue, tunnels, planes, submarines. Where the triads used secrecy and loyalty, the cartel used blood and fire. The 14K Triad isn't just a gang, it's a secret society. With a strict hierarchy, military-style rituals, and ancient codes. There are ranks like Red Pole and Incense Master. You don't just join the triads. You get sworn in with blood, oaths, and ceremony. Their networks stretch into Canada, Australia, Europe, and beyond, hidden behind businesses and migration pipelines. The Sinaloa Cartel is different. It's decentralized, less ritual, more firepower. They use family ties, intimidation, and loyalty built on fear and wealth. Their structure is flexible, adapt or die. When El Chapo was arrested, others rose instantly to keep the trade going. That's why these two forces are so dangerous. One is a ghost in the machine. The other is a monster with 1,000 heads. In the 1990s, heroin was king. The triads ruled the Asian supply chain, shipping Golden Triangle heroin through Hong Kong into Vancouver, Sydney, London. Then came meth, then came fentanyl. Today, 14K is the primary supplier of precursor chemicals that make synthetic drugs. And guess who's buying? That's right, the Sinaloa Cartel. This is where the story takes a twist. They're not just rivals, they're business partners. Chinese labs create the precursors. The cartel smuggles the final product into the US together. They've built a pipeline of poison that has killed hundreds of thousands. But partnerships don't last forever. As the global drug war intensifies, so does the competition. Sinaloa is pushing deeper into Asia. They want control of the ports, especially in Malaysia and the Philippines. The triads, not happy. These are their roots, their people, their rules. In 2019, a massive meth lab was raided in Cambodia, run jointly by Mexican and Chinese operatives. Some say it was the first crack in the alliance. A silent turf war has begun, not with guns but with bribes, assassinations, and deals gone bad. Interpol has tracked triad money laundering operations in casinos across Southeast Asia. Meanwhile, the Sinaloa Cartel is making moves in West Africa, using it as a gateway to Europe. The question is, who owns the future trade routes? Because the next drug war won't be fought in jungles or tunnels. It'll be fought with ports, banks, and logistics. The Sinaloa Cartel is known for raw violence. They've ambushed military convoys, assassinated politicians, and publicly tortured rivals. They use narco-tanks, drones, and even IEDs. They're brazen, operating openly in some parts of Mexico. But the triads? They operate in silence. They don't spray bullets in the streets. They control shipping companies, factories, and passport rings. Their violence is hidden, precise, and personal. A message sent through a missing person, or a funeral no one talks about. If the cartel is a wildfire, the triads are a virus. Silent, spreading, and harder to kill. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, has declared China and Mexico the two key fronts in the fentanyl epidemic. They've linked 14K triad operatives to darknet sales, fake pill production, and cryptocurrency laundering. At the same time, Sinaloa leadership is splintering. After El Chapo's arrest, his sons, Los Chapitos, took over. But other lieutenants are rising. Internal war could weaken their grip. Meanwhile, China has refused to cooperate fully with US enforcement. This has made 14K's synthetic supply lines even harder to shut down. Cartel operatives have been caught in the US with bulk shipments of Chinese chemicals. Some experts believe the next phase of the war won't be between the triads and the cartel, but against the governments hunting them. So, who would win? In a straight-up fight, the Sinaloa cartel brings the firepower. They own vast regions of land, deploy hundreds of gunmen, and control rural Mexico. But in a global chess match, the 14K triad plays the long game. They use law, finance, and secrecy. They don't fight in the open, they make others fight for them. Ultimately, this isn't just a battle between two crime syndicates. It's a battle over the future of organized crime itself. Territories are shifting, drugs are changing, and the world is watching. So now we ask you, who do you think is more dangerous? The open brutality of the cartel, or the silent, strategic poison of the triad? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more criminal deep dives like this one. This has been Chinese Mob vs. Mexican Cartel, the battle for the Underworld. Thanks for watching versus Vault.